Hello again, welcome back to JDM Skip. So today we are finally on to the R33. I say finally. I've had the car just over a week. It feels like a little bit longer, but it took me a few days to get over the whole excitement of it. And so where we're going to start is we're going to start in the engine bay. What I'm planning to do first of all is to strip out everything in the bay, including all the wiring, fuel pipes, brake servo, literally everything that you can see. Take all the front end off the car, front wings, front bumper, headlights, bonnet as well, because that light up there will give me a lot more light to work in there. And I have got obviously the strut tops, as we know they need doing, so I'm going to start with this stuff, start with the bad, and basically once I've got past all the bits and pieces in the bay, all the rusty bits, I plan to paint the engine bay itself first, so that we can start building back up from there, and then we can like under seal in there, make sure there's no rust in there that we haven't seen yet, deal with all that, and then work my way along it and kind of get underneath the car and do like the rear end and stuff like that. I need to figure out whether I'm going to powder coat the subframe and what else needs powder coating in the front end so that I can send it all to be done. But as I said, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to strip the bay out to start work around here. So yeah. Oh, and good news, I think I found a windscreen for the car as well. It's not the cheapest, it's not too expensive, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the guy onto that as well. So, like I said, starting in there. Okay, so that's the first leg of the journey done, quite literally. All the subframes out, that's completely there in one piece. Front anti-roll bar was just separate. Obviously, entire wiring limb, which is currently down here. I need to take this plastic arch liner out to sort of go in and out of the car and feed back there. Next step, I'm going to take out from the inside the full steering column and brake servo and the clutch, the little clip on top of the clutch pedal. And we can take out the actual cylinder as well. So that will nearly give me a fully empty engine bay. We'll take out obviously the aircon lines and stuff because they're not obviously doing anything right now anyway. The old alarm siren. Wiper linkage can all come out, that can all go away. And then pretty much I'm going to attack the engine bay with a wire wheel and see how much of it comes up somewhere near nice. Anything that we need to do from there, be it seam sealer or treat the engine bay, any rust spots we can't get rid of, let's say, or anything we need to weld up, which wouldn't surprise me if we're honest. You know, there's quite a lot to it, but I took all the front bar off it as well, which is all on the roof now. So what I'm planning next is to get, as I say, all the servo steering rack, steering column and clutch stuff out of there, just so I can have a completely plain engine bay. And because the way it's parked, the way I'm going to do this is to take this door off, because it'll be easiest in the long run, and I want the door off when I come to paint it anyway, because I'll paint all the gaps inside the door. So I'm going to take this off now. I've already got the loom undone, which was one little 10mm bolt there, and then all these 12 mils off, whip the door away, and then we can get in and out with perfect access instead of having to like work round and stuff, so it'll be easier. So this is where I'm at. I've got all the brake pipes off, all the fuel pipes are down there now. All the electrics are out of the way other than a couple of little bits and pieces on that corner. Next thing is I need to hoover up all the top bit there where the broken bits of glass and stuff are, and then in the gap as well because it's awful in there. And then wipe her motor off, drop the linkage out, and pretty much just all little details that are just sat. That was just sat there now, it's not doing anything. throttle cable, which I need to do from the inside, I think it is. But I got all the clutch cylinder out, master cylinder out. So once I've done that, we'll have a pretty much clear engine bay. Everything is out. All the fuel lines and stuff that's sat under there, they need to come off when I get under the car to do the underside. But as far as doing the engine bay goes, and those little plastic things there that I've just remembered, everything's out, every single thing. So I can pretty much start grinding some, I'm not going to do those yet, some of the surface rust off that's just like randomly spotted around, and just start working through it. And then when these strut tops arrive, because they are already ordered, so as soon as they arrive, I can match up all the spot welds, figure out exactly where they all are and what I need to take off, and then literally peel those off and treat it and redo that. And then we are really, really close to putting the first bit of paint on, in my eyes. Don't get me wrong, I know there's still a lot of work ahead. I've got to do all under there with a grinder too, same on that side. But realistically, I'm now at a point where there's no more sort of stripping back of components in the engine bay, so I'm quite happy about that. So, as I said, next thing is attack it with the grinder and just kind of keep going until I've run out of rusty bits, if you like, which, let's be honest, that's an achievement. So, yeah, that's the next step. Okay, well, that's quite a lot of work already done. As far as grinding goes, quite a lot of hours, should I say, not necessarily work. But this is where we're now at. All the horrible gingery, orangey spots, we've got rid of. Everything there. The one thing I was worried about was this kind of bit, because it was like behind the seam. And I might be lucky in the sense that the bits where the actual spot welds are in there are still intact. So I might be able to just treat that and go. So far I've been all the way around there, all the way up there obviously, a little bit of the transmission tunnel mainly on that side, come around there and then come around the front end. That was quite rusty, that's quite, you know, bare metal now. So next step is going to be obviously to treat whatever's left with a little rust treatment and stuff, you know, the usual stuff. Treat that, and then we can look into reapplying the seam sealer, priming, painting, and once I've got under the arches, well, obviously it'll get like undersealed under there, but you know, that's the next step. So it's actually been a little while since the last clip, and I've been kind of busy on a million things, but now I want to get back onto the Skyline. So did a little bit of rust treatment on pretty much every kind of naked, slightly brown edge that I uncovered with the grinder, and the next thing I want to tackle is the strut tops. So loads and loads of parts came obviously for the car if you saw the video. If you didn't, go back and watch it. So that is going to be the strut tops for this side. Now, from what I know, I don't believe you have to put all of it in. So what I'm thinking of doing is leaving it from kind of that seam there and leaving all that there intact. We'll do the same on there, obviously trim it off to the same point. But in the meantime, I've got a spot weld drill to go in there and find all the little spot welds, drill all those out, and then we should be in some kind of good standing to peel it off, as I understand. So that's my plan anyway. We'll find out how it goes. So let me show you even where I'm at. So this is what's left of my old strut top. So obviously all the spot welds have been drilled out and it's been chiseled off. So I kind of want to show you the gingerness, and I kind of don't want to show you the gingerness under there. So I will do it like this first. Right. So that's what we're left with under there. I will confess, I got a little bit happy with the grinder under there, so that bit kind of needs to be dealt with. And I haven't cut this end piece out. I think I'm probably just going to overlap it and seam weld it along there, once obviously the structural spot welds are in. Same on that side, planning to do that. As I said, I'm not taking this piece out in there. I don't plan on going under that. And that has been tweaked and manipulated let's call it. And it's only rough so far, but that is within the ballpark now, so obviously there's a little bit more fettling to do, and spot welds and reshaping and maybe a little trim along this line, because I've got to seam weld that up as well. So let me just catch you up on everything. So since the last clip, I've actually been quite busy on this car, but I've not done it all in one thing, which is why I've not filmed all of it, so I apologise for that. Right, what I've managed to do is get both strut tops on, all welded up. I've just now finished seam sealing them, and I've seam sealed all the rest of the stuff that I ground out as well, so that's kind of it. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. It's not much else I can say about that. The only thing is I've never used like a brushable seam sealer before, and quite frankly it was a little bit aggressive, so yeah, you get the gist, but you know, as long as it keeps the water out, that's the main thing. And I've also done the little welding repair under there as well. Don't know if you'll see it. Yeah, you can sort of see it, but I've seam sealed that too. So, which means make sure you subscribe, because the next video we're going to be priming and painting the engine bay. And once that happens, obviously you'll know what colour it's going to be, because at this point I don't think anybody knows. I think one person's guessed the colour and I haven't said yes or no. So that's where we're at. But I've got a tiny bit more rust to do. Remove and then treat, obviously, before it goes back together. And then it can pretty much start, as I say, get painted and primed and going back together. And then the windscreen's coming as well for it. So we'll have all that back in one piece. But that is where I'm going to end this video. So make sure you subscribe to see what happens next. There's a lot to come on this car, a hell of a lot to come. And I haven't talked to you about all of it yet. So you have to subscribe for the rest. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.